Okay, so here it's gonna say, boring old men talking.
Yeah, I don't think I want to do that.
I feel like you're not gonna take any of my suggestions.
Almost there. Another 15 minutes and we're gonna cross the bridge and get to get over the ocean.
Then we get to get really cold.
Yep. And maybe seasick.
Let's hope not. With Lisa working away at home, Captain Mark and the Good Life crew of Bernard, Brian, and myself work our way down and out of the Chesapeake Bay. We are approaching the very cool Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. It's a 17.6 mile or 28.3 kilometer bridge tunnel crossing at the mouth of the Chesapeake Bay. Off in each direction is the 4-lane bridge, and in the center where we are crossing it turns into a tunnel with 2 lanes in each direction. Once we clear here, we are out of the Chesapeake and into the Atlantic Ocean. I had no incidences of seasickness on the Sassafras River or on the Chesapeake Bay. None of us did. The next challenge would be the coastal Atlantic Ocean. I've never really been seasick, with one very mild exception. My first time leaving Canadian Forces Base Shearwater aboard HMCS Annapolis in 1981, I had been strongly advised to take a seasick pill to face the 5-foot swells I had never experienced before. I didn't want to, but I didn't know any better, so I relented. It worked. I got sick. Although I never spilled my dinner, I did have dry heaves for a little while. I've since learned that I have a not uncommon opposite reaction to anti-motion sickness medication. I've not taken it since, and all has been well so far. You can see here where our course intersects the bridge tunnel. Labeled as Turn 18, we are in the Atlantic. got a little bit closer to that marker than I intended to. But it doesn't count until you hear the crunch, right? Right? Always fun. Just outside the channel, we turned directly into irons and dropped the main. Mark and Bernard tuck the sail into the sailbag, zip her up, and tie off the halyard to keep it from moving around and banging on the mast. The whole operation is cold, noisy, windy, and far less glamorous than it looks in most of the YouTube videos we've watched. I know it'll soon be my turn up there. Bernard shows Brian the finer points of putting away the mainsail, closing up the bag, and tying off the halyard. As we approached the channel inland to our next anchorage, I began to realize just how much I needed to learn about comparing what we were seeing on the charts to what we were actually looking at. It's much harder than it looks. With surfers off to starboard, we began to work our way into the channel.
There in the...
No,
Boy.
sitting.
Hey! Hello!
Stop moving.
Hello! Keep going.
A powerboat is anchored in the middle of the path fishing. We don't want to get tangled in his fishing or anchor lines, so we ask him to move over a bit. It's nerve-wracking to Mark at the helm because you can't really see the guy at all. It's like driving a Peterbilt and getting cut off by a small car. You simply cannot see the other guy from the big vehicle.
Okay. Good. Yeah, you're good, clear.
Yes! Around the corner was a tight little anchorage surrounded by really nice waterfront properties and, of course, more people fishing. Lake Wesley is a pretty tight anchorage. We had to pick up and move the anchor at least once.
Let me know when you want to drop. I wanted to drop back there. I don't want to go too far in. Okay. I'm going to have to turn around. If you're close. Back. Okay, just let me know when to go down. Here? Yeah.
The water where we first dropped was 20 feet deep, so it was difficult to find a place where we could put out enough chain. The holding is good though, so once we found a spot, we were solidly anchored.
$60 feet.
We're in 20 feet of water.
I know, but you can't go too much back. You have the fishing boat behind you too.
Yeah. I think we're too close right now.
I think so too. Yeah. Going up. Pull the anchor.
Yeah. We're in 17.
Okay. Just waiting to snag.
Okay.
Go down.
That's it there.
An added treat for me was seeing the beautiful Xquisite X5 Firefly featured on the YouTube channel Cruising Off Duty. It was a bit surreal for me seeing a yacht in real life anchored right beside us that we had followed on YouTube. I've put the link below if you want to see it for yourself. It was a nice place to wait out our next window. Bernard wasted no time jumping in the dinghy and heading out in search of the locals. There were a lot of fishermen and he had a lot of fishing questions. Mark, Brian, and I settled in. meantime, we were given a front row seat to training exercises from the nearby Naval Air Station Oceana at Virginia Beach.